Good evening, y'all. All right, I'm coming to you from Copper Harbor. We are staying at the Copper Harbor Motel, and we are taking that ferry tomorrow morning over to Isle Royale National Park. Beautiful night. It's a little chilly. A little boat went by, so the waves are coming in. We got a bunch of seagulls over on the other pier there, and but it's a beautiful night. Sit down in the rocking chair here and just look over the lake. Obviously, that's a little jetty area, so the waves don't come crashing in too hard on this side of the harbor. But anyways, we are looking forward to our trip here, and I'll take all the pictures and videos, and I'll definitely put out a video about that. All right, everyone have a good evening. We'll see you tomorrow morning. All right, we are boarding the ferry to Isle Royale. As you can see, everyone's getting up there. Our luggage is up there. There's a boat. There's water. I'll videotape more as we are underway. Here we go. We're on the boat. We are crossing Lake Superior, headed to Isle Royale. Can someone start playing me the Edmund Fitzgerald song? Yeah.
The legend lives on from the Chippewa on down at the big lake they call Gitchagumi. The lake, it is said, never gives up her dead when the skies of November turn gloomy.
All right, I know this is going to be a little noisy, but after 3.5 hours down on Lake Superior, we've made it to Isle Royale. The cabins are over there. As we get closer, I'll turn you on and we'll take a better look. All right, guys, for our first hike, while we've landed, we'll be on the Stoll Trail, and we're headed out to Scoville Point. It's just a little over 4 miles a round trip, so just what we needed just to get our legs up and running. And then later tonight, we're going to go on a different trail and possibly look for some moose. But stay tuned, and I'll take some pictures and videos. Okay, we'll give you a little trail time on the Scoville Point. As you can see, we're right along the water. So we're kind of in a cove right now. The main part of Lake Superior, if you can look through the trees, is out that way. And we are in the cove, Rock Harbor. And this trail, I guess, follows right along the harbor. And supposedly in the springtime, you can see moose and their calves on this trail. And right off the left of me, you can see why, as there's a nice swampy area. All right, we're going to continue on. But so far, very, very nice trail. Easy on the feet. So the trail went inland a little bit and went through some bogs and swampy stuff. But then it comes back out to the lake. And it's hard for me to wrap my head around this, because this, to me, been living on the East Coast, this would be like the Atlantic Ocean up in Maine. But this is Lake Superior. Pretty amazing. Okay, back with some trail time. So we just went through a rocky section of the trail that was kind of tough on the feet. I should have wore hiking boots, but I just stuck with my Hoka sneakers. But There's really not a ton of elevation gain, I guess, on some of the hikes. There's some mountains actually on the island, but I don't know how steep and severe the incline or the scramble is. So I'm sure it's nothing like we see in the Northeast, but it's okay. Some more little trail time. Came out of the woods to this little rocky area. Right along the shore. Yeah, sure does remind us of the main coastline. That water is absolutely crystal clear. I'm not sure if you can see the bottom. I can see the bottom. Nice little camp at the end of Scoville Point. It's a real nice drop off the cliff here, although you guys can't really probably tell perception, but look how clear that water is. It's absolutely beautiful. And the point's just over on behind these trees. Let's go take a look. All right, we made it to the end of Scoville Point. We got another seaplane coming in here. See if we can pick him up this time. There he is. Follow him around. So cool. You're a lot bigger than the bunny rabbits we have home. And you're not a cottontail. Not really sure what you are. But I'm sure you're one of the things that the wolves are looking for. All right. Well, I'm not sure I can go around you. Let's just go by you. All right, we completed the hike out to Scoville Point, and we are headed back. It's kind of a loop trail. We can go back a different way, and that's what we're gonna do. So if I see anything, I will turn you on at that point in time. But thanks for joining us on this, our first day, pretty easy hike, and we'll see you either later on. I'm gonna go try looking for moose tonight. If I see something, hopefully I'll get some good pictures. If not, we'll try again tomorrow. All right, talk to you soon. Bye-bye. All right, good morning, everyone. So today we are off to Mount Franklin on the island. It's about a 5-mile hike out, 5-mile hike back. And we'll take pictures and videos and show you what's going on. All right, stay tuned. Let's go see if there's any seaplanes docked. And I'll turn you back down when I get down there. So this is Tobin Bay, I want to say, Tobin Harbor. And this is where the seaplanes come and go and drop off their passengers. Currently, there are no planes right now, but let's take a walk out, take a look. As you saw yesterday, I videotaped a few planes coming in during the day. So they come right over this way and they land somewhere in the vicinity, and then they dock right here. All right. Maybe we'll catch one on the way back. All right. We'll talk to you later. All right. So today, as I was stating, we're off to Mount Franklin. We just stopped by the seaplane area, and there were no seaplanes, but So we're back on trail and we're heading away. So this destination is kind of different from the other national parks because you can only get here by boat or by seaplane. And there's really two types of visitors that come here. You're either a hiker and you're going off on the island to the 20 or so different camping areas, or you're staying at the lodge and kind of just doing some day hikes. So we are in group number 2. We are staying at the lodge right on the lake, and it's absolutely beautiful. And we're doing day hikes. So like I said, today we're doing Mount Franklin, and yeah, we're looking forward to it. Also, the island is pretty unique. It has a population of 834 moose, I believe, roughly. And it has 30 gray wolves on the island. All right, we'll give you a little trail time here. So the trail kind of goes close to the lake, and then it goes back out into the woods a little bit. And as you can see, the lake's right there. We're following right along the edge. We've seen a few loons this morning, or heard a few loons. Well, and saw some loons. So we're just continuing our hike, and hopefully we'll see some more cool stuff. But very pleasant. The trail's very pleasant. Not too difficult. A little rocky here and there, but nothing terrible. So we'll keep cruising along, and I'll turn you back on soon. All right, we're still at it. We're still following along the Tobin Inlet. And as soon as we come to the end, I think we start making our ascent to Mount Franklin. Yeah, we got to see a few seaplanes depart, but just as they were coming down the lake, they would bank left off to the mainland and just out of our view, so I wasn't able to photograph or video any of them. So hopefully on the way back we get some better visibility of it, so stay tuned for that. Coming up into a little opening, see what we got, if anything. Nope, still the inlet, pretty as ever. Yeah. All right, we'll keep moving. All right, we came to the end of the inlet to Tobin, and we are headed to Mount Franklin, and we're on a boardwalk. I'd have to say a 2x12. See if we have any views out here. Okay, this goes for a little while, so we'll keep on pushing. So as we go up the trail, we come out to this open wetland area, and it's gorgeous. You can't see the water, but there's water all underneath there. Probably a very, very good place to see a moose at dawn or dusk. But right now, it's just nice and quiet and very pretty. Well, the terrain has greatly changed from the lakeside, and you can't probably see it, but there's the lake that way, and I'm sure as we get higher you'll see, but we're into open meadow area, and must have had a fire here not long ago because all these trees are all burnt down. All right, we're going to continue on. We're going to follow these cairns, little ones, and we're going to get to where we're going. All right, we made it to the top of Mount Franklin. Now, I'm sure the video is not going to do it justice, but it is absolutely beautiful up here. That's Lake Superior, and if you can see in the distance, especially right there, you probably see the shoreline of Canada. All right, we're going to chill out here and have a little bit of lunch, enjoy the sunshine and a little bit of a breeze that there is, and we're going to head on down. All right, thanks for joining us. Mount Franklin. All right, that'll do it for Mount Franklin. Beautiful hike, beautiful day. Yeah, couldn't ask for much better. 5 miles out, 5 miles back, good to go. The views from Mount Franklin was amazing. You could see, I think it's called Sleepy Giant over there on the Canadian border or the Canadian mainland by Thunder Bay area, I guess. I'll have to look on a map. But you can all see all the way to Canada. So anyway, that'll do it. If I see anything on the way down, I'll pull it out the camera and take pictures and videos and see what we got. Other than that, stay tuned for tomorrow. All right, talk to you soon. So seaplanes come in and go all afternoon, dropping off passengers, picking up passengers. It's a shorter way to obviously get to this island. So we decided to stop in and watch one land, and now we're going to be watching one take off. And he's definitely taking off into the wind. It's starting to get foggy. Let's see when it takes off. We might lose it behind that island. There it goes. Maybe we'll pick him up on the other side of the island. You see the fog rolling in. There he is. There he goes. Yeah, what a difference a few hours makes. This is the view once again outside our room, and a fog bank has rolled in and we can't see anything. All right, good morning everybody. It is day 3 on our ventures here at Isle Royale National Park. This morning there was a thunderstorm that rolled by, so we're getting out kind of late. It's 9:30, and we have to be back at the pier at 2 o'clock to catch the ferry back to the mainland. So we're hiking down to 3 Mile Campground and back. There were wolves spotted on this stretch of trail, and hopefully we get to see one. Stranger danger coming, so I'll turn you back on in a few minutes. So as I was saying, we're hiking down to 3 Mile Campground, and hopefully we see something. But, you know, it's all about timing. Sometimes you see something, sometimes you don't. We've talked to a whole bunch of people that actually have seen moose and have seen wolves. This woman yesterday was really excited because she saw a silver fox, which is actually a black fox with a white tip on its tail. And she showed me the video of it up in a tree chasing a squirrel, and it was pretty kind of cool. Anyways, so like I said, sometimes you see stuff, sometimes you don't. That's just the way it goes. So let's get this day started, and hopefully we come across something. All right, take care. And let me give you a little trail time. So it rained this morning, so the trail is just a little wet and muddy. Not terrible, but this trail, it doesn't go against the shoreline of the lake as yesterday's trail did for some time. But hopefully we get some good views. We're coming up to Susie's Mine, I believe it is. I'm sorry, Susie's Cave. And then we go on to 3 Mile Campground. Depending on the time, either we'll have time to go further or we need to start heading back. So we'll keep you posted. But here we go. Moving on. See if I can stay dry here. A lot of wet rocks and wet roots. One minute you're in the forest and 1 minute you're out in the water. Man, that water is crystal clear. Whew, it's beautiful. Totally looks inviting. But I know it's really chilly. I think the water temperature was 55 degrees, something to that nature. This is going to be a little tricky here. I think we got it. The sun is out. It is a little cloudy, but the sun is out. There is a chance for some rain on the western side. Hopefully it doesn't scoot over this way. Yeah, kind of make the day a little bit miserable since they took our luggage already and they put it to the side that boarded on the boat. So whatever we're carrying now is what we're bringing on board the boat. So hopefully it stays dry. Let's keep moving. Yesterday's hike really felt you were hiking along a lake, but today's hike definitely feels more like you're next to the ocean. There's just so much water, and man, does it look so much like Maine. All right, well, unfortunately, the rain started to happen again, so right now it's just a little drizzle. It's not terrible, and we're under time constraints. We were able to hopefully get in the 6 mile hike, and that got us to 3 mile campground and then all the way back. So hopefully we come across it here in a little while. Otherwise, I will have to turn back and get going because I do not want to miss that ferry. No way. All right, we'll keep you posted. All right, we've come to Susie's Cave. There are some dark clouds up above. We might be hanging in Susie's Cave for a little while. Let's take a look. Yeah, not much here but the cave. Seems to be another entrance or exit right out the side. Okay, we made it to 3 mile campground. People are waiting for their ride. Guess they get a water taxi or water shuttle here. I'm gonna walk around a little bit, see what it's like. Obviously, we got the containers for your food. There are no bears on the island, but obviously wolves will try and come take your food. Another shelter right there. So there's a mix between shelters and tent sites here. It seems real nice. Seems pretty quiet right now, but I heard that there were quite a few campers here yesterday. Picnic table with another kind of lean-to but screened in kind of thing. Okay. Take one more look around. And then we'll head on back out of here. Yeah. Another good one. And this is just your regular tent site. All right. All right, I think that's it for the 3 mile campground. Not much else to videotape. If I see something on the way back, in a rare opportunity I see a moose or a wolf, which would be highly doubtful, but we'll give it a try. And then we have a little bit of time before the ferry picks us up, so hopefully it won't be too bad. All right, talk to you soon. The one thing I will say about hiking out here, there's really no trail markers, and I would say for the 90% of the hiking that we have done, you didn't really need trail markers. But today's trail, it's been kind of weaving over rocks and different things, and it's not always clear of what route to take. But you just kind of follow the path that's most traveled, and you get to where you're going. Once again, and we're following the coastline of the lake, of the island, and it is pretty. So yesterday, somebody said on their way back from 3 Mile, on one of these ridges, they saw a wolf. So keep my fingers crossed. Got about another hour and a half of hiking, and if I don't see one in that time, that'll be it. All right. All right, let me show you around a little bit. Well, just a little bit here. That's the boat that we're going back on. It's the boat that we arrived on. And they have all kinds of canoe rentals and whatnot. And just over the hill, there's other rentals you can do for kayaks and canoes where the seaplanes land. So it's pretty nice. They got benches along the inlet. There's a restroom over there. There's a little bar and grill, the Greenstone Grill, burgers and beers. And then over here, it's the Lighthouse Restaurant and Gift Shop. That's where you go ahead and eat your dinner at nighttime, and then that's the main office. And there's buildings to camp in or stay in up there, behind here, and there's a whole bunch of them back there. So you have a lot of options. Obviously, most people come here to go camping, and there are like three-sided, screened-in lean-tos, and then there's tent sites. So there's, I don't know, there must be at least 20 or so camping areas on the island from here all the way down, up the 40 miles, all the way down to the other end. So, you know, you have options. All right. See ya. All right. Bye-bye, Isle Royale. Maybe we'll see you again. Maybe we won't. But it's been an enjoyable time for sure. And, man, what a beautiful place. All right. Those are the different lodges that you can stay at. They were really nice, really good accommodations. We're underway, and we're back at the Copper Harbor Lighthouse. Welcome site. 3.5 hours on the water. Wasn't bad on the way back. Kind of nice. Weather was nice. Nice sunny skies. And we are back. beautiful gardens here at the Cottage Inn.
Okay, well, I was just out
Some
here.
beautiful, beautiful flowers. And if we step outside, this is where we're staying. The Cottage Inn.
Over there.
Viewpoint from the arch. Mackinac Island. Storm just rolled by. We're a little wet, but still doing great. Good morning, everybody. So we rented some bikes on Mackinac Island, and we are doing the outer loop road. Chris is behind me. Dark clouds. We had some rain come in, and we're a little bit wet, but we just passed Arch Rock, and we're cruising down the road. All right, give you a little view. Lake Michigan. Or no, excuse me, Lake Huron. I stand corrected. All right, we're going to continue on, have a few more things to see, and stay tuned. Made it to Lookout Point, bazillion stairs. We were just down there at Sugarloaf, and great viewpoint from up here. We're going to go back down and then ride to Fort Holmes. All right. Well, after the bike ride, we decided to get Cowboy, and we went horseback riding. So this is Lake. Say hi, Lake. There you go, buddy. Way to look back. Christine's behind me somewhere. Back there. And we're having it. Giddy up. Bye-bye. We got a rough day traveling back to the mainland. Waves are pretty crazy up there. Hang on. So last night we stayed at the Big Bay Point Lighthouse Bed and Breakfast. It's a really cool place. It's actually a lighthouse. It's amazing. And let me take you on a quick tour. You come through the gate, you're just overwhelmed with this beautiful garden area all over the place. The grounds are absolutely spectacular. Very, very pretty. And let's take a step inside. As you come inside, you come into the dining, kitchen, pantry area. It's really cute. There's usually some goodies all left out. Cookies over there, and breakfast was amazing. Actually, really, really done. So this is a U.S. Coast Guard lighthouse. The paintings, postcards. So there's like 2 rooms down on the lower level, and And there's 3 rooms upstairs. As we go upstairs, we are surrounded by wonderful art, beautiful brick, and a lovely stained wood staircase. Chandeliers, lights, everything's out of this world. There's 3 bedrooms up here. There's 1 bedroom. This is our bedroom. Hi, Chris. As you can see, it's just a lovely bedroom. The woodwork is just incredible. The pictures, the bed was comfortable, and we had our own bathroom and shower. The common room is actually pretty spectacular. Beautiful chandelier. And then, I don't know, souvenirs or whatever, collectibles from all different lighthouses across the area. Or even, I think he owns one up in Maine. Really, really nice. And then the staircase to actually the lighthouse, which we'll be going up there in a minute. All right, so now we're going up to the top of the lighthouse. This is so cool. It's such a pretty lighthouse. Let me show you the sitting room here from above. I mean, the paintings, the chandeliers, all the artifacts from different lighthouses. It's just really cool. Here we go. Up and up and up. And now we got the steep stuff. All right, this is to the door to outside. And we'll go out there in a minute, but I'm going to take you one level further to where the light actually is. And we'll come down. It's pretty windy out, so here we are. Top of the lighthouse, Lake Superior. There's the light. There's the old light right in front of my face. So after coming down from the stairs, from up there, we'll go outside. It's very windy out, so I'm not sure how the audio is going to come out, but we'll give it a try. And we're on the outside. There's the grounds of the lighthouse. Lake Superior being a little angry. The waves are a good size. Woo. Yes, very windy. The grounds on this side. So not only is the inside of the lighthouse beautiful, the grounds are beautiful. I mean, it's fall, so everything's kind of dying off and getting ready for wintertime, but it's very well kept, manicured, and everything is just really, really pretty. We'll take you around a little bit. Got some Adirondack chairs to enjoy the view of the lake. The front of the lighthouse. He's got a lot of electrical fence around. The deer cause havoc with all his gardens, so he has it surrounded by electrical fence, and then he sprays around the whole place because the rabbits and the deer want to eat all these wonderful plants. Little place to come out and have a cocktail, taking the views. Marquette Airport, 1, 2, and 3. And no food.